She was just trying to get more funding for her social media budget when she accidentally created a retail media powerhouse. Melanie Babcock's journey from managing the Home Depot's social media budget to becoming the architect of Home Depot's Orange Apron Media started with a simple question: would our suppliers pay for this? I'm going to recap an article that I wrote for Forbes last week about the origins of Home Depot's Orange Access Media and how Melanie Babcock is putting suppliers at the center of the value proposition. Let's go. Good morning and welcome to the Retail Media Breakfast Club. I'm your host, Kiri Masters, and every weekday at 6 a.m. Eastern, I bring you candid and real discussions in the world of retail media and marketplaces in just 10 minutes. So bring your own cup of coffee and we'll get smarter about retail media together. So this is a piece I wrote for Forbes on March 21st. I'll link up to it in the show notes. In a rapidly evolving retail media landscape, Home Depot is taking a distinctly different approach. While many retailers scramble to launch advertising networks focused primarily on monetizing their digital shelf space, Melanie Babcock, Vice President of Orange Apron Media and Monetization at Home Depot, has built a platform that places equal emphasis on an often looked stakeholder, what Babcock refers to as the suppliers themselves, the brands and manufacturers who sell products through the retailer. Often the retailer thinks all about the end customer and customer experience, Babcock says, but the supplier experience isn't necessarily top of mind, yet they're the ones engaging with the retailer as well. This philosophy has guided Orange Apron Media through a significant technology overhaul last year and influenced how the retailer approaches everything from user interfaces to measurement standards. While revenue generation clearly is a primary objective, as with any retail media network, Home Depot's approach uniquely emphasizes improving how brands interact with their advertising platform. Babcock didn't set out to build an advertising business. In 2018, while managing Home Depot's social media operations, she spotted an opportunity that would eventually transform into one of retail's most sophisticated media networks. I wondered if our suppliers would pay to retarget customers who'd abandoned their product pages, Babcock recalls. Starting with just 10 suppliers, she built a simple portal that allowed brands to reach customers who had viewed their products but hadn't purchased. By goodness, they were like, "This works," she says. What began as a creative way to increase her social media budget quickly revealed broader potential. Around the same time, another team within Home Depot was exploring on-site advertising with technology provider Promote IQ, which was later acquired by Microsoft. "Let's not have two different teams," Babcock said, proposing to bridge the initiatives together. "We cannot have an offsite and an on-site ads team. That would be just awful." This early recognition of the need for cohesion across advertising channels would later become a defining feature of Orange Apron Media's approach. By 2020, with support from Home Depot's leadership, including then merchandising EVP and current CEO Ted Decker, the retail media initiative was formalized and accelerated. "We really decided to move fast," Babcock notes. Decker, recognizing the strategic business potential, became an important champion for the initiative at the executive level, giving the team runway to build what would become one of retail's early media networks. Build versus buy, Home Depot's retail media tech stack. While many retailers hold their technology partnerships close to the vest, Babcock is refreshingly transparent about Home Depot's approach and how it differs from many retail media networks. Home Depot's early start in retail media in 2018, well before the rush of networks launched during and after the pandemic, has given the company a significant advantage. Many retailers are still in what Babcock describes as those difficult building years, where the focus is simply on getting basic functionality working. By contrast, Orange Apron Media has progressed to a more advanced stage where technology becomes a genuine differentiator. When we looked at our existing tech stack, we did not like the experience, Babcock says of the company's recent review of the retail media buying experience. A lot of us in retail media are former marketers and media buyers. If you stepped back and looked at that, you would be like, this is clunky and it's hard. This frank assessment led to a strategic pivot. Rather than continuing with a fully licensed software as a service model that limited customization, Home Depot took the unusual step of acquiring technology from Penta Leap, a retail media ad tech provider. We decided we needed to own the majority of our tech stack because it would be then designed to meet the standards of service expectations that we have from our suppliers, Babcock explains. I'm going to put it in the top 5 things that we did for our retail media network. The acquisition represented a buy-build approach, acquiring foundational code that Home Depot's teams could then customize and expand. It was a buy and then we built on top of it, Babcock explains. It just accelerated us. Penta Leap does the ad serving for sponsored products, playing a crucial role in the tech stack, providing what might be described as an optimization layer between the ad server and the organic product listings. As a disclosure, Penta Leap is a client of mine. This technology helps ensure that ads are relevant to what customers are actually searching for and browsing. Unlike traditional retail media ad servers that operate independently from a retailer's organic product recommendations. By connecting these previously siloed systems, Orange Apron Media can deliver more relevant ads that perform better for advertisers while improving the customer experience. Bridging onsite and offsite retail media. The retailer has since partnered with additional technology providers, including Vantage, which helped build Orange Apron, a unified interface that allows advertisers to manage both on-site and off-site advertising campaigns in one place. This integration of previously separate ad channels was a priority for Babcock from the beginning. Unlike many retail media networks that started with on-site capabilities before expanding to off-site media, Orange Apron Media developed both channels simultaneously. We needed a unified UI that was really one place to look at all these off-site, on-site ad buys and then all of the reporting in one space, Babcock notes. This approach appears particularly prescient given industry forecasts. According to eMarketer, US retail media off-site ad spending will grow by 42.1% in 2025. That's more than twice the rate of on-site ad spending, which they peg at 15.3%. While many retail media networks are now rushing to develop off-site capabilities as on-site ad inventory reaches saturation, Home Depot's early investment in both channels positions them ahead of this industry shift. In October 2024, these efforts culminated in the rebranding to Orange Apron Media, with the later launch of Orange Apron as a comprehensive self-service platform that unifies campaign management across on-site and off-site channels. Retail media's measurement challenges. The retail media industry has wrestled with measurement standardization since its inception, with brands often frustrated by inconsistent approaches across different retailers. Babcock acknowledges these challenges. I think we're in a really big moment of change for measurement, she says. Home Depot is actively participating in industry standardization efforts through the IAB and Media Rating Council, MRC, but Babcock cautions against overlooking important context. She explains that each retail media network exists within a unique retail environment. She points out that when industry discussions focus exclusively on standardization, they often overlook how brands might have completely different strategic objectives across different retail partners, especially in specialty retail categories like home improvement. For example, a faucet manufacturer might have a completely different strategy for Home Depot versus a mass merchant. At Home Depot, the manufacturer might be launching an exclusive new color trend within their full catalog of 200 SKUs, while at the mass retailer, they're only offering their top 10 best-selling products. Comparing advertising performance metrics across these scenarios can lead to misleading conclusions, Babcock explains. When a brand is testing a new product line or color trend in one retail environment, their return on ad spend, or ROAS, might naturally be lower than in a channel where they're only promoting proven bestsellers. The different strategic objectives fundamentally change what should be considered successful performance. Looking ahead, building for the future. As retail media matures from its experimental phase to a core business function for retailers, Orange Apron Media's supplier-focused approach appears well-positioned for the challenges ahead. Home Depot's investment in a proprietary tech stack signals a long-term commitment to the space, giving the retailer flexibility to adapt as shopping behaviors and advertising technologies continue to evolve. The platform's unified interface provides a foundation that can potentially accommodate future capabilities with offsite media, an obvious early move. Our Orange Apron Media was designed for the service to our suppliers, Babcock says. In a retail media landscape increasingly crowded with similar-looking offerings, that focus on the supplier experience may prove to be Home Depot's most valuable differentiator. Well, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Retail Media Breakfast Club. We meet here every day at 6 a.m. Eastern. So be sure to subscribe and get your daily dose of insights, trends, and hot takes in the world of retail media and marketplaces.